So did you grow up a hockey fan? Did you know how to skate? How was that for you?
I grew up a hockey fan from a distance. Didn't really know how to skate, play hockey. I think I tried once when I was about 15 or 16, and it was terrible. So I was very excited when these guys offered to send me away to hockey camp for 5 weeks before we started shooting.
How intense was that?
It was super intense, especially the first 3 weeks while you're conditioning all those muscles that you've never used before. I mean, there are muscles in my groin that I didn't know I had that I became acutely aware of in the first 3 weeks of training.
I gotta imagine for somebody who didn't grow up fighting and doing hockey, that had to be a little bit different because, I mean, you have to keep your balance, you're holding on to people. Was that a challenge for you?
It was, but it was really fun. I mean, it's amazing how technical it is, you know. Training with these guys, in particular the guys who taught me some of the tricks to how to fight on skates, I was surprised at how technical it was, because it doesn't always look so technical when you watch it on TV.
Now, I heard a rumor that you may have gotten shot a couple of times for real. Is that true or not?
Yeah. I may have been tapped a couple times. It happens, you know, when you're throwing 150 punches a night, and every once in a while you misjudge by a centimeter and you get a tap, but nobody got hurt.
Compare this workout to maybe when you did Wolverine Sabretooth. I mean, similar, because I think you bulked up for that one, right?
You know, Wolverine was much more about size, and this was much more about a particular skill, which was learning to skate.
I didn't see Ross as a villain, per se. I think he was just a tough guy on a different team, and maybe even a mentor from afar. Was that how you'd see it?
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, having read Bob Probert's book and talking to guys like George the Rock and you know, researching the role, I found something that I could really identify with, particularly these older players, about how much they give of their lives to this game, and the sadness at the end. You know, it's from the moment most of these guys could walk, they were on skates, and suddenly, at the relatively young age of 35, 40 years old, they're being told, no more game, no more fans, no more hockey, no more the only thing they know. And that's a real tough pill. And I was really happy that Jay included that element of it in his script.
How do you see an enforcer? Because I kind of thought in the movie, the enforcer was kind of looked like, or the goon, I should say, kind of like the kicker on a football team, not really part of the team until needed, and then when needed, definitely part of the team. Yeah,
I think that's one of the tragedies of how people perceive enforcers. You know, you look at a guy like Bob Probert, who was an exceptional all-around hockey player, at least in my opinion, but he had such a target on his head that you know, he was called an enforcer his whole life, and I think that led, certainly in his case, to a degree of depression. You know, the guy was constantly elevating his game, even towards the end of his career. But you know, the public's and the media's interest in his you know, episodes of fights and stuff like that in games was obviously very exciting to them.
What's next for you?
Heading to LA to do a show for Showtime called Ray Donovan, which put together a great cast, and I'm really looking forward to starting work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Enjoy.